What's up, guys? Tristan here from Upscale X-otics. I just want to say thank you again for all the love and support you guys have been showing me on YouTube. This is a brand new platform for me. I'm still learning the ropes, learning how to edit, learning how to do all this stuff. And you guys have been awesome every step of the way. So I just want to say thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Today, I do want to do a video that was requested by a lot of my newer audience. Newer as in newer to the reptile hobby, right? So this video is going to be all about hets and what hets are, what they mean, and all that stuff. And also, I'm going to be cutting a clutch at the end and proving out a possible het. And if you don't know what a possible het is, I'm going to tell you that in just a second. Let's get right into it. All right, let's get right into it. And again, I do want to do this video just for the new people that have been messaging me all the time, asking me what is a het, what does it mean, does that change anything on the snake? And let me just explain that for you guys real quick. Again, I'm not going to get too technical. I really just want to make this a practical explanation for people that just don't know. So, a het is an animal that carries the gene but doesn't show it. Now, what I mean by that, let me better explain that by showing you this guy right here first. So this is an albino ball python. An albino is a recessive gene, which means that both parents have to have the gene in order for its offspring to be a visual. Right? So pretty much, if something is a het, that means that it carries a copy of a gene of a recessive gene, maybe like albino, but doesn't show it. So if something's het, again, if it's het, it carries a gene but doesn't show it. Now, when you hear the term 100% het or just het, they're pretty interchangeable. Het, if someone just says something's het albino, they're pretty much saying that it's 100% guaranteed het albino. Now, what if something says 66% het albino? And you know, when I was coming up in the hobby, I used to think when you saw these percentages, that's how strong the gene was, right? So if something's 50%, it's like, okay. Something 66 is a little bit stronger, but 100% is what you want. That's not how it works at all. Someone had to educate me on that pretty quick. Pretty much what it means is this, the way things are bred, and again, I'm not going to get into the breeding or the science of the genetics. I can, if you guys want, let me know if you guys want me to make a video about it. But if something is 66% het for something, in this case, let's say it's het albino, that means that there's a 66% chance of it being 100% het albino. I know it sounds a little confusing, but just put it this way. A het does not look like a visual, clearly, right? So if we're looking at just, let's say, normal 66% het albinos, you cannot tell the difference between 100% het albinos. So the way they were bred, the pairing, right, that will determine whether that's either 50%, 66%, or 100%. Again, 100% is not debatable. That's het albino. Now, if it's 66% het albino, or het anything that's recessive, pretty much what you have to do is you have to breed it. You have to breed it to see if it's het albino or not. And if it's 66% het albino, that means that there's a 66% chance that it is het albino. I know it's a little confusing, but hopefully we'll do an egg cutting in a little bit. That'll explain or help you understand how all this works. Now, if something's, again, 50% het albino, that lowers your chances. And again, I don't want to get too technical or scientific, but technically, the way you get a 50% is you breed a het to something that's not het at all or visual at all. So if I breed a het albino to a normal, all the offspring would be 50% het. And there's a 50% chance that the offspring from that pairing would be 100% het albino. Again, just to kind of go over everything really quick, 100% het albino and het albino are the same thing. Guaranteed that it has the copy of the albino gene. If something is 66% het albino, that means that there's a 66% chance that that animal is het albino. And you can't tell, again, because once you're looking at hets, they all look the same, whether it's het or not. And lastly, 50% het albino. The 50% het albino is similar to the 66% het albinos, but your chances are a little lower. So with that being said, I got a really cool clutch. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably would have seen me pull this clutch. The pairing was a lavender pied, so a dreamsicle, bred to a het pied, 66% het lavender. So what this means is that I will most likely definitely get some pied in there, and everything would be 100% het lavender because, again, there's a lavender pied visual, right? but the female was 66% het lavender. So there's a 66% chance that she is lavender and that I made some dreamsicles, or maybe I didn't. But again, that's how the game works, and let's go right in and see what we got. All right, guys, here we go. So let's get right into it. Again, I'm gonna just say the pairing again. So this was a lavender pied, so 2 visuals, right? A lavender pied, also known as a dreamsicle, for those that are more into the hobby and they know the terminology for that, or the nickname for that, I mean. Bred to a het pied, 66% het lavender. So that means this was 100% het pied, but only 66% have het lavender. So there is a 66% chance that we will hit some lavenders, but there's also that, that 33% chance that this is only a het pied and not het lavender at all. So hopefully, not only will we get some lavenders, which would be awesome, because then we could, write off this 66% het lavender, take that tag off, and just put het lavender on it, right? Because it would be 100% het lavender. But also maybe make some dreamsicles with this clutch. And not gonna lie, guys, I did think about making this video a little too late, because I cut the first egg, which may be a little bit of a spoiler already, but I cut the first egg and I was like, shoot, I should make a video about this right now because I've been getting so many questions. So let's jump right into it. So I'm gonna cut the first egg. Now, if you don't know how to cut eggs, I actually did make a video, so make sure to go back and look at how to cut eggs. So I'm just gonna cut them right here, and then I'm just gonna bring the egg towards the camera, just so it's a little bit easier. I don't have anyone holding the camera for me today, so it's a little bit harder for me, but let's get right into it. So I'm gonna cut the first egg. Right. And right off the bat, I see this is let's get right up to the camera. You can see right here, this is it's kind of hard to tell. I don't want to tip over the egg, but this is a piebald, just a piebald. So, like I said, we definitely are probably going to make some piebalds just because of the chances. And again, there's our first one. So next, here we go. All right, what do we have here? Looks like another piebald. Again, sorry for the angle, it's a little weird. I don't have anyone holding the camera, and don't want to tip the egg over. So, both of those pies are 100% het lavender, because the sire, or the dad of the clutch, is a visual lavender. All right, next. Two pies so far, so pretty good odds. And here it is, guys. Sweet. Let's look at this. I don't know if you can tell right there, but we got a dreamsicle right there. Hopefully that's enough for you guys to see. So there we go. That's really exactly what we wanted, right? We wanted to, more than anything, at least get a lavender to prove out that the female, the mom of the clutch, was het lavender. So that 66% het lavender is not going to be on her tag anymore. I'm going to write that off completely and just write het pied, het lavender, or double het lavender pied is what I'm going to write specifically. All right, and we got two more. There we go. You can see right here, just another pied. And the last one, like I said, I kind of thought about the video a little too late, but here we go. this is a Dreamsicle. You can see it right there pretty clearly. That's lavender and that's piebald. So there we have it, guys. I proved out my het pied 66% het lavender female. You know, it's pretty cool. I actually have 2 of them and they both proved out. This was the second one I was waiting for, and now I have 2 het Dreamsicle females that are for sure het Dreamsicles, and I could not be happier with them. I cannot wait to see these guys out of the egg. I'm going to definitely update you guys, and man, we've had a lot of Dreamsicle clutches this year. I think this is our 5th one so far, and each one has produced Dreamsicles. So I will be posting a ton of Dreamsicles. Might be keeping a few females for myself, but the rest will definitely be on Morph Market soon. I'll be updating that. If you have not followed me on Instagram or TikTok or anything like that, make sure you do that. I'll be posting the links to those in the description. But until next time, guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your love and support. See you guys.